Hello. It's been a couple of months since I've done any video uploads, so I thought I've got some time off at the moment, so I thought I'd yeah, spend an afternoon seeing if we can get this little Bell TV set up and running. Well, at least get some songs of life out of it anyway. Any long-time viewers on my channel might recognise this TV. Not particularly one, but I've actually got another one which I did a video on about 13, 14 years ago. And yeah, unfortunately, that one has got a completely flogged out stuffed tube. So yeah, we just kind of shelved that. But yeah, this one came along quite recently. Got it off a friend of mine, and yeah, it's actually in really tidy condition. The good news is the tube in it tests really strong. I thought, well, before I go anywhere near an attempt to get it going or to restore it, I thought I'd better test the tube. So I've already done that off camera, but I suppose we could always test it again if you really wanted to see it. But no, check's excellent. So it's always a good starting point. I don't know the history on this. My colleague acquired it some years ago, and he just thought, well, this is too good to throw away. And then it's funny, he actually contacted me about 3 or 4 years ago and said, oh, I've got this and another set. You interested? I said, yeah, I'll take them. And then promptly forgot about it until I caught up recently. He says, oh, do you still want that Bell TV? I'm like, yeah, I'll still take it, because I said I'd totally forgotten about it. So yeah, and another collector has also offered me another one. You know who you are if you're watching this, but yes, I'll be acquiring a third one too at some point. The good thing is these sets are small, don't take up much room. You know, so it just yeah, no, I couldn't say no to this, but anyhow, so. But yeah, so as I said, the aim today is to look at it, assess it, see if I can get any life out of it. Hoping the flyback is okay. Probably is, but hey, who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I actually really like the look of these. They look cool. They look really 60s. You know, they just look really cool in my eyes. So try. It's really tidy condition. I'll spin it around anyway, and you can have a look inside the thing. So you might even get to see my ugly mug actually. Here, here's my ugly mug on there with my. I have to wear these in order to see anything, because my eyesight is crap these days. So yeah. So here's a bit of a peekaboo on the inside. This whole entire cover actually comes off. So I will do that off camera. I'm not about to try and muck around holding the camera and unscrewing things at the same time. But yeah, the model is called a TV204. I'm going to have to go down and dig out a circuit for it, and all that. But yeah, now that tube tests great. So that's, as I said, that's quite a positive start. Oh, look at this on the back of the tuner. So he's licensed by Standard Colesman USA. Oh, that's interesting. Like I said, I did cover quite a bit on the other one that I've got 13, 14 years ago. So you know, there might be repeating myself with a couple of interesting points or aspects about this. But you know, we can always go over them again. So what's interesting with this set, it's the filament chain is series wide, but it's got a mains transformer which delivers the B+. So it is isolated from the mains, but it's got a series wide, yeah, like I said, a series wide filament chain. Yeah, so, and I know the on-off switch doesn't work. There's no continuity on that, because we tried that. I tried that when I was visiting my friend. We were going to try and bring it up on his Variac, and we discovered that the on-off switch was buggered, so we just didn't go any further with it. So I said to him, I'll bring it home and look at it properly. So Yeah. So, all right. So, I think that might be an EL81, and maybe a PY81. I'm not quite sure. No, I can't remember actually what's up in there. It's been a while. I'm gonna have to dig out the circuit and have a look and see what the valve lineup is. See what the boost diode and low output valve is. But yeah, all right. Well, I'll go and pull all the covers off. I'll go and retrieve a circuit, and yeah, we'll continue this assessment of this thing. Back in a sec. Right, so I just spent the past 10 minutes going through my TV manual drawers and finding the relevant service and circuit information. So it turns out the TV204 is actually used across a variety of tube sizes. I don't know if I covered this on the previous video. I don't think I did, although I might have. But I don't recall doing that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I did. Maybe I should go back and actually review that old footage. I might just go and review that old footage. But otherwise, basically all I'm doing here is just repeating myself. So the only thing, if I do that, it should be okay. Just don't want to have to stop the video and then try and edit them all. Trying to do this video all in one go. So should be okay if I pause this. So back in a sec. Okay, so I just reviewed the old footage that I did 12 years ago on the original one, and ironically it was also around Christmas time that I got that TV, so what a weird coincidence. But yeah, so it turns out that I did briefly sort of touch on the service manual circuit details. I had it in my great big book of combined black and white TV manuals, but this is the actual proper Bell one. So yeah, so to the 204 was across quite a few tube CRT sizes, and going through the book, so here's a bit of a look through it again. If you find this a bit boring, you could always just move on. But yeah, as you can see, oh no, that's just giving the this is giving the European and American equivalents there. It's quite a nice manual actually. It covers everything. Circuit description, how it all works, set up the vision alignment and everything, all the IFs. All your parts. Same voltage dependent resistors, those VDRs. I'm probably rushing a bit, so I'll just sort of slow down a wee bit. Even listening to myself 12 years ago talking and explaining things that I seem a little different now than what I was back then, but I guess the old grey matter's probably changed and aged a bit in that time. Certainly life was a lot different back then. It was a heck of a lot different. Oh, so here's the part numbers for the different tube-sized cabinets, all different parts. And of course, we've got the 11-inch one. So there we are, PL81, PY81, and 1X2B, line output transformer N67815. I like this. Release, roll, and flip. Must be for one of the larger sets. So yeah, release, roll, and flip, and then off the bench, smash onto the concrete floor, and the picture tube explodes. So here is the 16-inch deflection components. So basically what they've done, again, go back and watch the old video if you really want to, but what they've done, they've essentially just used one circuit, was at the back here. So they've essentially used, I've got one circuit, which pretty much everything is all the same up to here, and they've even mentioned here the two EHT different circuits for the CRT sizes. So it's actually mentioned here. So everything is basically everything's all the same up till this point here. Actually use different flybacks too, EN67804 and TV, that's a roller one, TV204. And for the 11-inch one, they've just included, I've got to try and find it. They've even got the 11-inch one. These are the 11-inch deflection components. So we've got a PL81, PL81, and see, pretty much that's pretty much. Obviously, they weren't able to tack it on there, so they've just used a separate page. Yeah, that'll be your horizontal oscillator feed to the grid of the PL81. So of course that's going to oscillator's running. So of course it's going to make that run. It's going to drive all this. And they've even mentioned 11-inch power supply too. Is obviously there were differences, but it seems that the actual, because the main circuit board, they've got a couple of so that circuit board is pretty much looks to be pretty much that circuit board there, looking at the layout, because all the valves are in the same place. So maybe they used this board across the other models. The thing is, I haven't seen the other ones. I haven't seen the larger 204 chassis. I've never seen them, so I'm only going by this. Yeah. So there we are, 1965. So this set came out around 1965. And it's showing the two different, the Phillips Lopty and the roller one, and all your various waveforms. At least the circuits and service information is nice and easy to read, and it's all nicely laid out and easy to understand, and nothing's too difficult. So there it's all those taps on that circuit board for all your heaters and HT suppliers and all that sort of stuff, brightness, because obviously it all comes from the top as well. So yeah, so we may or may not need to consult this in our first attempt to see if we can breathe any life into this thing. I'll get a picture out of it. I'm not really expecting any results today, but you never know. So yeah, that's a look at the circuit. Interesting how it's drawn too, with everything's all sort of sideways, but the way it's actually quite easy to follow. It's not hard at all. It's quite straightforward, and gives you pretty much everything you need to know, which is always good. I'll leave that there anyway, and we might have to come back to that. Anyhow, we'll get back to the set in question. So, taken its cover off, just turn it around, and like I said, I had a brief look at the old footage that I took 12 years ago, and yeah, I'm probably repeating myself or covering what I've already covered, but here's the top view of it. Construction-wise, really nicely done. I mean, look at it. You can get to the flyback section, EHT flyback section. All the components are there. Tuners there. Everything's easy access. It's brilliant. And going around the side here. There's the flyback, LOPD, EHT transformer, whatever you want to call it. EN67815. There's your 1X2. Looks okay in there. And I'm guessing that I think this bottom particle board slides away in order to access the print side of the board. Now I do recall the horizontal hold control, horizontal shift. I do remember that was busted on the old one. Somehow you rigged it to make it work. This also doesn't have a back cover, whereas the other one does. So that other one's going to become spare parts. So yeah, the locked in it's locked in. This one's faulty. At least I've got spares. Filter caps don't look like they're unhappy in any way. It doesn't look like they're bulged or swollen or anything. So yeah, it's probably quite normal. My light on the situation. It doesn't look too bad. And yeah, this switch doesn't want to. The volume, the on-off, it doesn't want to. It won't click, but it won't power on. Because I didn't actually check that to see if there's any continuity on that switch. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. I can do this one-handed. Ohms check. Let's see if I can put my meter probes across the. Let's see whether that switch is indeed. Those contacts are indeed. Oh no, they're. Interesting. When we checked it at my friend's place, there was no one home. It wasn't even drawing any current. And that fuse is okay. And that fuse is okay. Ew. So, when we get around to powering it up, we'll have to. Might just double check the mains continuity things before I actually power this thing up, so we're not spending half an hour mucking around with that. The only downside is look at the resistors in here. It uses those absolute shit resistors. Every single one of those will be sky high. You can see one's been replaced there. So yeah, and not sure about these. These could be oil and paper. As we all know, these Japanese electrolytics are quite prone to leaking. I'll change these. I'll probably end up changing these ones on spec anyway. The main filter ones are probably all right. I will probably check them when I do a gentle reform on them, but I think for now we'll just see if we can get any life out of this thing. Yeah, so there'll be lots of these resistors to change. I can guarantee they're all going to be a friggin' mile out, as they always are. Just hope that's okay. But yeah, obviously this tuner was made in the States. So at least that turns. That's a good thing. Not all locked up and frozen like some can be. Yeah, and for shits and giggles, let's test that 100k resistor and see what it reads, shall we? Let's see what it reads. I reckon it's going to read about 180k. If I can get my meter probes on there. What does it read? Ooh, 142. Oh yeah. That's definitely that's meant to be silver. So that's meant to be like, was a 5%. That's way over. There's a 2.2 meg here. What does it read? Sorry guys, I'm just mucking around here. Excuse the out of focus bullshit. 3 meg, oh yeah, it's probably within tolerance, but oh no, I mean, just yeah, we'll just have to see what it does. You know what? I know most of them are probably some will be crucial, some won't. But me being me, will want to change all of them because peace of mind. That we'll just see how we go, see how I feel. Unless the B and K and the leader CRT testers are lying. The tube in this test excellent. So I can't see any reason why it shouldn't give a good picture if everything else is okay. All right, well, what I'll do is I will just confirm that we do have mains continuity, and we will give the set some power and see what happens. I've got my variac down there, so we'll just bring it up slowly on the mains and see what it does. Right, I'll get myself set up and back in a sec. Right, so got my meter hooked up to the B plus rail, main B plus rail. I think it calls for 230 volts, and you've got your resistor dividing it with there, 190 and 135. We'll just stick it there for now. I'm guessing there's a shorted cap. One of these caps is shorted. Probably those droppers will get stinking hot, but I've confirmed there is definitely mains continuity, so I'm not quite sure why it didn't go last time we tried it at my mate's place. So, right. I did briefly give it a bit of mains, and I heard the transformer go boom, and heard something tick away. So hopefully it's not going to go up in a cloud of smoke on us. But oh well. Anyhow, so let's give it some mains. So this thing here doesn't I think goes to about 150, 160 volts right away. So it's not a true variac in a sense, but at least it's on reduced mains. 24 watts. See if that drops away. I wonder if I can. Is that going to sit there? No, it's not, is it? It might do. No, that'll have to do. There's probably not going to be much happening. Yeah, something's happening. I hear something making a noise. Okay, we've got audio there. Oh, look at this too. This great big wideband pot for the contrast control. It's definitely not standard. It's doing something because it's drawing a bit of current. Something's getting toasty. No. So far, no smoke. Filaments are only just lit, and I can see. That is dropping. It's dropped about, that's dropped at least about 40 odd volts. Waiting for something to go bang. Something's really hot over here. Something smells, oh, that's pretty. Something smells really hot over here. It's not a good sign. That's getting pretty, something smelling really hot. Yeah, no, that's not right. All right, we've got no. There was something not right there. That shot up to about 200 watts. So we have got a short, and my gut feeling is it's probably the friggin' Lopti's probably shorted, I'd say, at a guess. Yeah, something's not happy over here. Yeah, that 200 watt something is smelling really hot around here. It's just over here. It's just smelling really hot. That 39 ohm resistor is quite hot. These caps aren't hot. Oh, hello. It's been disconnected. Hang on. Hello. We've got, and it's been disconnected here. Why is that being disconnected? All right. Because if I go up, another thing. Yeah, that is not right. Hello. Yeah, there's something really not happy. Okay, I might go and investigate that side of things. It's pretty hard to do while trying to hold a bloody camera. But yeah, my gut feeling is probably the flyback shorted or something else. There's some real heat. Real heat just coming off around here. And it being a Philips Lop-D, of course, I'd love to go short. Yeah, might do some quick measurements around here and maybe solder that back on as well. And yeah, I'll come back. So back in a sec. So after some poking around, measuring a few voltages, looking at a few waveforms, if we've got our horizontal line oscillator is working. Yeah, the flyback is toast, unfortunately. But well, it's just the way it goes, I guess. But yep. So just to confirm that we have got the horizontal oscillator is working. Give it a bit of power, and just go to the grid of the PL81. So yeah, oscillator's working. It's working fine, and yeah, just starts to current draw starts to go up. But on one positive note, it is receiving a signal from my small RF modulator over the other side of the room. So confirms the IF and all the receiving tuners working, front end's going. Yeah, so, but yeah, it's left on for too long. Yeah, it starts drawing too much, starts bloody loading the power supply down, which is starting to do now, and yep, I can smell it getting hot. So, but that's okay because we've got a potential spare, well, if it's still all right, the Lopti from the other one out in the garage. But then, you know, that could also have succumbed to the damp environment it's been stored in for years, so I don't know. But I do have a whole lot of those Philips Universal Loptis too, which I could potentially fit to it. But let's have a look. Let's have a look inside there, actually. Hang on, let's look inside there. Oh, actually, look at that. You can actually see. Look at that. You can actually see where it's all been. You can see in the. Yeah, look at the. You can actually see the. You can actually see all the windings are burnt. On the actual, you can see the windings are burnt on the transformer itself. The overwind's probably fine, but yeah, you can actually see it's all burnt up and smoked. You can see, oh yeah, she's definitely gotten hot. Yeah, look at that. You can see all the windings are all burnt. So, yep, that is faulty. Yeah, also, whoever been mucking around with it too, put in an air lady one. It meant to have a peer lady one on there, but they put in an air lady one instead, which probably wasn't helping matters. Yeah, it's yes, the Lopti is toast. So what I'm going to do is, at some point, I will extract the Lopti out of the other one out in the garage. And I'll put that in and see what happens from there. I'm just hoping that one hasn't, like I said, just hoping that one hasn't succumbed to the dampness, because it was last going about 12 years ago. So, but hey, that's how it goes. You know, this set is worth putting time into because it's so tidy and the picture tube test strong. So that's it for part one on the Bell 11-inch Bell Ori TV. So stay tuned for part two. Bye for now. I ended up extracting the other Bell from the garage. Didn't take much to unearth it. It was pretty easily accessible. But unfortunately, it's yeah, no, it's definitely suffered cosmetically, and even inside you can see all the corrosion on the chassis and a lot more dirt and dust and muck. I can't remember actually if it was this filthy. I think it was pretty filthy when I looked at it originally, but that dust looks like it's quite fresh. So yeah, a bit of a shame. But to be honest, I've got no hesitations in wrecking this for parts, because it just means a far better set will be able to live. Yeah, so, and of course the tube's had it, so it's just not much point in even sort of going any further with it, to be honest. At least it's got tidy knobs, and cosmetically it's okay, but these are all the front's all loose, it's just basically just a bit sad. But made an interesting discovery about the Lopti. So this one's been changed. It's looks to be a Philips Universal. Judging by that piece broken off, there would have been probably an extra bit of wafer sticking out, and probably got broken because it wouldn't fit in there. But I looked at it and thought, I recognise these two components, which are part of the boost circuit. And when I was looking at the circuit, I thought, EN67815, that sounds familiar. Well, it turns out, ta-da! I've got quite a number of new old stock ones. So, absolutely rapt about that. So, yeah, that'll be going in the set upstairs. So, very, very pleased. being your old stock, I mean, you never know, it might crap out like the last one, but if it does, I'll just put another one in. I mean, I've got this one here as well. I mean, this one here was, well, as you know, the set was working, but these Lopties have been stored in a nice dry environment. So, yep, that one's going in. And I don't have to reinvent the wheel by doing any modifications, because some of the universal Lopties, you had to chop pins and put links and bits and pieces to make them work with different sets, different arrangements. But now that will pretty much just go straight in. So depending what happens this evening, yeah, I might even put it in, and yeah, you never know, you might, by the end of the night, I could have a picture on the screen. So yeah, just sort of just a little bit of an update on this, and yeah, stay tuned. As I said, stay tuned for part 2. Well, the new Lopty's in, the old one's out. Ah, boy, that thing was a bitch to change. It really was. It you know, this one came out really easy. But getting the new one in, yeah, it looks the same, but there are a couple of little slight differences as to how it mounted and everything, and the way the pins were configured and all that. So, yeah, there was a bit of swearing, a bit of cursing getting that in, and you know, especially these bloody high tension wires here. They didn't kind of go back the same way it all came out. Even the filament wires for the EHT rectifier too. Just yeah, it just wasn't as straightforward as what I thought it was going to be. But hey, it's in, and yeah, this old one's looking pretty. Shit, it must have belched a bit of smoke when it went up. But yeah, so that's the old one, and yeah, that's never going to bloody do anything again. But Ian 67815. So yeah. Now the $1 million question is, will it work? Haven't plugged it in, haven't even tried it. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, this had machine the mounting bracket, the machine screw holes, and it just had like undrilled holes. So I just borrowed the ones out of here. For now, I'll go and get the other ones out of the other bell. I just couldn't be bothered going all the way down to the garage, pulling the set out from where it was and taking the back off again. So I'll do that at some later stage. But yeah, so I don't know, I'm a little bit apprehensive, but nervous about plugging it in to see if it'll actually produce a picture and won't go up in a cloud of smoke. I'm fairly confident I'll get something on the screen. As to what, I don't know. But yeah, it's in there, and yeah, it's in. So, well, no further ado, I guess no time like the present. Plugged in, so we'll just put it onto low volts again. Probably bring it up to about where it was last time, which was probably about 170, 180 volts, maybe even slightly higher on the auto transformer. I haven't bothered hooking the meter up this time. I'll just look at the wattage and see if it starts to climb. I can hear a bit of sound. There's sound there. No smoke yet. It's the HT rectifier lit. What are we drawing current wise? No. Oh! Look at that. You beauty. Oh man, that's a oh boy, seeing that's a big relief. That's a big relief. Oh, Jesus, that's bright. Wow, that's yep. I wasn't wrong when I said the tube and it was going to be all right, but and that's even on reduced mains as well. Oh man, that's really good. That's such a relief. Obviously, I wired everything up correctly, otherwise I wouldn't be producing the picture. So that's excellent. Now, I wonder if we're going to get anything out of it. Oh shit! Okay, turn that down. Sounds a bit crap, but hey, wow, this is working. This is good news. Good news. Okay, just taking this in, absorbing, looking at an actual image on the screen, waiting for magic smoke to escape. No, so far so good. Nothing getting hot, nothing burning. I need to adjust where's the horizontal hold? It's probably there, I think. Let's adjust that and see what happens. Oh, there we go. Far out. That's that actual iron slug feels a bit crusty. And I'm guessing that's probably vertical. I'm at a guess. I don't know. Yeah, that'd be vertical, I'd say. Horizontal and vertical hold together seem to be a good thing. Oh yeah. Let's see that. I'm not surprised the vertical's up the wazoo, because looking at all the shit down there, you've got, you know, this is the vertical output frame stage here. There'll be resistors and caps all out of spec. Even the valve itself could be a bit crook. But hey, look at that. We actually have a picture on the screen. Far out. Can't really. Wow. Okay, it's. Yep, I think this is going to produce. Yeah, this is going to produce quite a nice picture, I think, when it's all up and running properly, because there's plenty of brilliance in that tube. So, absolutely bloody wrapped with that. Really, really pleased. Phew. Oh, I can go to bed now and sleep easy. Yeah, I didn't really intend to attack it tonight, but I thought, oh, stuff it, I've got nothing else to do. It's really, really quiet here at the moment. I've got a bit of free time. Oh, stuff it, I might as well just do it anyway. But I'm certainly going off to bed after this. I feel we've actually achieved quite a bit on this thing today. I'm not going to do any more component changing. I'm just gonna, and of course it always looks slightly brighter in the camera, but I can assure you it's looking pretty good. I'll just bring the AC voltage up a bit on it. Just give it one more click. I get a little bit more contrast and brightness now. Sounds a wee bit distorted, but yeah, let me turn it down before I get a copyright strike. But oh wow, and that's actually, and there's not even a antenna connected. Oh yes, there is. I hung that crock clip off the back. So yeah, I was going to say it's I thought, well, hell, it must have a really good RF station, a tuner. It's picking up that without an antenna, but no, I did put a crock clip in there in anticipation we might get something, and hey, look, we certainly have got a picture on that screen, so that's absolutely bloody brilliant. Oh well, that's yeah. I'm not sure I'll incorporate this into part 1 or part 2. I don't know. We'll just see what happens. But no, that is really good. That's a definite positive, promising step forward with this thing. So yeah. But don't know whether we have got a crook. Hang on. We have got a couple of adjustments down there. We've got that. That's probably vertical. What's that? That's probably vertical something or other. It's not very happy, is it? So we've probably got vertical linearity and vertical something else or other. I'll just grab a little adjustment tool out of my bag. One that's going to work. Sorry about this, guys. We've got this one. Got that one there. Whatever that is. Didn't like that, did it? Hang on. Put that in there again and see if we can get anything out of this. That might be linearity, overall linearity, and that one there could be height. Oh, there we go. That one's height. That's definitely height. One's height. One will be linearity. Hang on. Here we go. Look at that. Picture fills the screen. It's not perfect. Needs adjustment, but hey, that's certainly not complaining about that. God, the horizontal linearity is up the shit too. That's terrible. It's all bloody stretched to one side. But you know, this is what I've found with a lot of the sets I've repaired, or especially a lot of the sets I've fixed always seem to have horizontal linearities. I can never get it quite right. There's always a bit of stretch to one side. I can never get the picture uniform on these black and whites. I don't know whether it's the yolks or just, you know, the deflection magnets or things have shifted or rings have shifted. But yeah, I'll get it. I'll get it looking a lot better than that. Yeah, no, that's brilliant. And you can even tell it's really good definition there. It's nice and sharp. Maybe the sound is slightly off. Could even be the alignment or ratio detectors out or something, or you know, crap components, crap resistors, things out of adjustment, voltages up the wazoo. But hey, yep, I'm happy with that. Even if the picture's on the slight lean and linearity's up the crap. So right, well, I'm going to end this video here, and yeah, stay tuned for part 2, part 3, I don't know, but no, that's all I'm doing tonight. So yep, and not quite sure when the next video will come out, but yeah, I might as well say it now. Wish all my viewers a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, even though Christmas has actually just been and gone. It's now the 27th of December here on a Saturday night. It's about 10 to 11. So yeah, I'm done. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. Cheers. Bye for now. See what happens if I turn it off. Waiting for the picture to actually die away. There it goes, there it goes, there it goes. It's on like probably about 100 and something volts, so. And gone. Good night.